1985 was 40 years ago. 40 years! If you were a kid in 1985, you probably remember what your elementary school day was like. And have you ever wondered what elementary school life is like today? Welcome to We Were Here, and that's what we're going to find out in today's video. Let's go! The scene seemed to play out the same way every time. You'd come back from last recess, and there it would be, the TV cart. Oh man, it always meant that we were going to get to watch something instead of listening to whatever boring thing the teacher had to say. Now, a lot of times it was something educational, like a National Geographic documentary, or like 3 safety things we learned growing up, like stop, drop, and roll. But every now and then it would be a movie, and those were the best days. The TV cart was clunky and hard to see from the back row of desks, but man, was it a glorious sight to see on a rainy school day. Fast forward to 2025, and this iconic symbol of 1980s education has disappeared like Jean-Claude Van Damme's career. Today's elementary classrooms feature wall-mounted 4K smart displays and interactive screens with touch capabilities. Content streams instantly from educational platforms like Coursera and Udemy. The shared collective viewing experience of huddling around one TV has been replaced with immersive, interactive, and often individualized digital experiences. More technically impressive, but perhaps missing some of the communal magic that made TV days so special in 1985. The cafeteria experience of 1985 was unforgettable. Students lined up, pushing those plastic prison trays along metal rails as hairnet-clad lunch ladies scooped what I can only assume was sloppy Joe meat onto a bun, something that resembled green beans, and pudding cups for dessert. Chocolate milk came in those tiny cartons that required precise technician to open without spraying yourself. We also all sat together in long tables, even with the kids with nut allergies. Today, elementary school nutrition has undergone a major overhaul. While some schools still use trays, now made of sustainable materials like bamboo composite or biodegradable plastics, some have shifted to more sophisticated setups resembling fast casual restaurants. Today's cafeterias often feature food stations with diverse options catering to various dietary needs like vegetarian, gluten-free, and culturally diverse cuisine. Many schools have salad bars and international cuisine options, a far cry from limited rotation of processed foods from 1985. Back in the day, protecting your textbooks was both a necessity and an art form. Students would carefully cut open brown paper grocery bags, precisely fold them around textbooks, and secure them with tape. These DIY book covers created a perfect canvas for students who wanted to decorate them with doodles, band logos, Crush's initials, or colorful patterns. The paper covers had another use. They served as an identity marker throughout the school year. You might not remember the content of your 4th grade social studies textbook, but you'd recall the elaborate design you created on the paperback cover. In 2025, the concept of covering textbooks has largely disappeared, along with many physical textbooks themselves. Elementary students now primarily use digital textbooks accessed through school-issued tablets or laptops. These digital resources update automatically with current information, including interactive simulations, embedded videos, and adaptive exercises that adjust to student progress. School safety drills in 1985 followed predictable patterns established decades earlier. Fire drills involved orderly lines filing out to designated areas on playgrounds, with teachers counting heads using paper classroom rosters. Duck and cover drills had students crawling under their desks to protect themselves from earthquakes, tornadoes, and even nuclear threats. The entire drill process was simple, consistent, and unchanged for generations. By 2025, school safety drills have evolved into complex, multi-scenario preparation systems. Modern elementary schools conduct a wide variety of emergency drills, fire evacuations, severe weather sheltering, medical emergencies, and unfortunately, active threat responses. Electronic attendance systems using student ID badge or biometric check-ins verify every student's location during emergencies. School buildings feature advanced safety systems with automated lockdown capabilities, smoke detection, and emergency communication networks. The start of every 80s kid's school day began with the crackle of the public address system. The principal or a rotating cast of student announcers would share daily information through intercom speakers mounted in each room. The familiar routine included the Pledge of Allegiance, birthdays, lunch menus, and the inevitable, "Will the following list of students please come to my office?" And not again. In 2025, morning announcements have undergone a multimedia transformation. Many schools now produce daily news shows streamed directly to classroom displays, featuring student anchors in dedicated broadcasting spaces with green screens, teleprompters, and editing software. Art supplies of 1985 elementary school life were very limited. Among these were construction papers, crayons. Anybody remember those fat crayons we had? The blunt scissors that wouldn't cut paper at all? And who could forget school paste? You know, that white, slightly sweet-smelling adhesive that came in plastic jars with attached applicator sticks? The paste was technically non-toxic, so there was always one kid you could really goad into sneaking a taste when the teacher wasn't looking. The elementary art supplies of 2025 reflect both technological advancement and educational philosophy shifts. Modern elementary art class emphasizes process over product, with students encouraged to experiment with mixed media and digital tools alongside traditional materials. However, I'm sure there's still some kid out there still sticking stuff in their mouth. The elementary school playground of 1985 was a landscape of metal, asphalt, and minimal supervision. Towering metal slides would become scorching hot in the sun, helping kids develop quick reflexes. Merry-go-rounds were basically G-force training, while seesaws offered lessons in physics and trust as kids tried to launch each other into outer space. And with the school always trying to teach us a lesson, they decided to put all this equipment on either the hardest ground they could find, gravel, or our favorite, asphalt. Nothing teaches you to have a high tolerance for pain like falling from the monkey bars onto asphalt. These playgrounds develop children's risk assessment skills through natural consequences. Leap forward to 2025 and recess playground equipment has been revolutionized. Safety standards have transformed equipment design. Plastic components have replaced metal, heights are restricted, and moving parts are carefully engineered to prevent injuries. From unforgiving asphalt to engineered materials with specific fall absorption rates, rubber tiles, wood fiber mulch, and poured-in-place surfaces that cushion impacts have all been implemented. These materials not only reduce injuries, but also provide accessibility for students with mobility challenges. While today's playgrounds are undeniably safer, I question whether the removal of risk has eliminated valuable learning experiences that has helped children develop independence and resilience in previous generations. 40 years separate these classroom experiences, a span representing tremendous technological advancement, evolving educational philosophy, and shifting cultural priorities. The tangible, analog experience of 1985 have largely given way to digital, personalized, and even more complex systems in 2025. What do you think? Is technology helping or hurting the elementary student? Do you think we've gone too far with safety protocols and recess equipment? Let me know your opinion and your stories down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.